everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Katie and this is a vinyasa with bow pose. So this is a good one for a nice stretch into the chest and into the shoulders, and we'll look at the two versions of bow, standing and on the floor as well. We're going to begin lying down, head there when you're ready, and we'll make a start. Once you've settled on your back, a nice option might be to bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees into Supta Baddha Konasana. It's letting the legs relax to the floor, hands resting wherever feels most comfortable. Just a couple of nice big deep breaths in to check in with your body and notice how you're feeling today. Letting the breath expand around the body. And using it just to clear your mind. Take a couple more breaths, settle into your mat. When you're ready, your next inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, stretch out the legs, expand from fingers to toes. And then keeping the legs as they are, just draw the hands down alongside the body and just bring the palms to the floor. Then bend into both knees and plant the soles of the feet to the ground and have the feet as close to your body as you can, about shoulder distance apart. Keeping the arms nice and firm into the floor, press into the feet, lift the hips, arrive into bridge pose. Slowly start to lower the hips gently back down to the floor. We'll do that a couple of times just to switch on the posterior chain. Press down through the feet, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and then slowly lower them back down. One more time. Squeeze and lift the hips, holding it here at the top. Option to scooch the shoulder blades a little more underneath you. Driving through those heels, soles of the feet. If the interlace of the hands is available, you might explore that. Don't worry if it's not quite there yet. Inhale, one more breath, tummy to the sky. And then gently release. Undo the hands, lower the hips to the ground. Release the shoulders. Move the feet a little wider, go for a little sway of the knees side to side. Finishing the twist with the legs, bring the knees back up and pull the heels back in towards your body. We're going to switch on that posterior chain one more time. Return to bridge pose. Send the hips up to the sky, pressing the hands into the floor. At the very top here, let's hold. Release the right knee up. Perhaps extending the right foot to the sky, driving through the left glute into the left foot. Inhale, one more breath. Slowly lower that right foot back to the ground, gently drop the hips to the floor. Swapping sides. When you're ready, squeeze and lift the hips. Hold it nice and strong at the top. Release the left knee to your chest. Maybe extend the heel to the sky. Squeeze into that right glute. Press down through the hands. Inhale. And lower the hips. Gently back down, foot to the floor. From here, open up the knees. Stretch the arms up and overhead. Make a little cactus now with the arms as you once again sway the knees side to side. Twist it out. When you're ready, knees come back to the chest. Bring the knees all the way in. Give yourself a little squeeze, maybe a gentle rock side to side. And then hands behind the legs. Take a little rock and roll forwards and backwards. Do that as many times as you need. And we'll take this all the way over to downward facing dog. Using a little momentum, roll over onto the knees, come to the middle of your mat. And from there, lifting up the hips, downward facing dog. When you reach your dog, adjust the feet as needed. Go for a little bend and stretch through the legs. Get out any snap, crackle, and pops in the joints. When you're ready, nice and still in your dog, just relaxing through the knees, pressing the arms nice and straight, drawing the belly button in. Keep that micro bend in the knees if you need a bit more space to start with. From here, walking feet to hands, let's come to the top of the mat. We'll do a little warm up before we get into our bow flow. Dangling over the legs, cradle the opposite elbows, have a little sway side to side. Releasing the hands to the floor, slowly curl up through the spine, rising to stand nice and tall. Give a little shrug of the shoulders at the very top. Stand in Tadasana. Nice big inhale here, firm up through the legs. And prepare. Inhaling, the arms reach up to the sky. As you exhale, soften the knees and fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhaling, the hands to the ground, step back to high plank. Option to lower the knees. Exhale, chaturanga, stop halfway. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, bend the elbows onto the tops of the feet. Squeeze your bum and lift the shoulders, Cobra. Lifting through the hips, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, one more breath. Down the back of the legs, exhale. Bending through the knees, look forwards. Walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhaling to fold. Nice and soft through the knees, curl up through the spine, stand tall. Shrug the shoulders at the top, Tadasana, mountain pose. We go again. Inhale the arms high. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the ground. Step back, high plank. Double chaturanga. Bend the elbows to the ribs. Push back up to the top. Bend the elbows to the ribs. Onto the tops of the feet as you squeeze your bum. Downward facing dog. Hips go up and back. Inhale. Bending the knees, look forwards, walk, step, or float forwards. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhaling to fold. Soft knees, curl up through the spine. Rise to stand tall. Nice work. From here, take an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. This time, exhaling Utkatasana, bending into the knees, sit the hips back. Belly button pulls to the spine, draw the shoulder blades down your back. Little squeeze of the glutes and have a gap between the legs. If you've got the feet together, all good. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Start now to reach the arms back behind you. Interlace through the fingers, lengthen back the elbows, roll through the heads of the shoulders, fold your tummy to your thighs, lengthening the legs just a little bit, dropping down through the crown of the head, relax the neck, feeling that release into the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, let go of the hands, move through to halfway lift, lengthen the upper back. Hands to the floor into your chaturanga vinyasa. If you want to double up that chaturanga, feel free to. Bend and push up. Bend over the toes. Yes. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Inhale that space. Exhale down the back of the body. Bending through the knees, look forwards. One more round. Walk, step, or float to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Curl up through the spine, stand tall. Roll the heads of the shoulders back. Next, inhale, arms rise. Utkatasana, chair pose. One more time. Sit down. Pull in the belly nice and long through the lower back. Take an inhale. Reaching the arms back behind you, let's interlace the fingers again. Rolling back through the heads of the shoulders, forward fold, tummy to thighs. From here, maybe you stay still. If you want to join me, straighten just your left leg. Keep the bend in your right knee and drop your right shoulder towards your right thigh. Little twist. And then gently softening the knees, swap sides. Straighten just your right leg. Right shoulder drops to left shoulder, drops to left thigh. Come back to the middle. Releasing the hands, halfway lift. Inhale. To the floor, into your vinyasa. Maybe double that chaturanga. Always the option to lower the knees if needed. From here, either downward facing dog. Feel free to sit the hips back and drop down to child's pose. Enjoy a couple of breaths here. One more inhale where you are. From downward facing dog, rising up if you're not already there. Taking a little bend in the knees, look forwards, walk, step, or jump to the top. Find Tadasana in your own time, slowly just rising up. And we stand nice and tall. Give a little shrug of the shoulders, as always, at the top. When you're ready, from here, we're going to send the arms up to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, fold to the floor, fingertips land on the ground. Release your right foot and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Moving into runner's lunge, frame the front foot. Next, inhale, straightens the front leg, little pyramid. Exhale to bend the knee. Inhale, front leg straight, just as much as you can. Feel free to use blocks here. Exhale to bend the knee. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale, return to the lunge. Lower the back knee now to the floor, moving into low lunge, reaching the arms up to the sky. Soften the shoulders away, pivot the thumbs outwards so your little fingers are drawing together. Relax the hips, squeezing through the glutes, and just start to breathe into the heart center. Inhale, one more breath. And exhale. Let's release the left hand down on top of the front thigh and push into your left hand to sit up a little bit straighter. So back the hips off a little bit. Circle the right hand back behind you, curl up the right heel and reach back and grab the foot. If the foot's a little far away, you can use a strap here, just hook it around that right foot. Start to squeeze heel to bum, nice and tight. Keep the core pulling in. If you know you're pretty confident here, maybe release the left hand, find your balance, perhaps sink forwards, pulling that heel in, and just trying to get as tight as you can that right heel to your bum. Keep drawing in the belly button, crown of the head grows up. Inhale, one more breath. Slowly start to release that right leg to the floor. Send both arms to the sky, take a breath in, and as you exhale, fold to the ground. Lifting up the back knee, step the right foot forwards to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift, inhale, and as you exhale, bend over the knees and fold. Circle, curl up through the spine, rise to stand, and then we find Tadasana. Going straight to the second side. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale and fold to the floor. Halfway lift. Fingertips to the ground. Release your left leg and step it to the back of the mat as deep as you can. Fingers frame the front foot. Next, inhale, hips go high, straighten through the front leg. Exhale to bend the knee. It's nice and easy, waking up that left hip. Inhale, draw the hips high. Exhale to bend the knee. One more. Inhale. Exhale to bend the knee. Slowly lower left knee to the ground. Reach the arms up and overhead. And option to go for that kind of V shape with the arms once more. Or maybe from here you cradle opposite elbow. Keep sinking through the hips. Press down through both feet. Lift the heart and perhaps the head just kind of gently pushes the forearms back. Keep squeezing through the glutes, feeling that space across the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Releasing the hands to the ground. Circle the arms forwards and up. Release the right hand and push back. Right hand onto right thigh. Sit up a little bit taller. Circle the left hand back. Reach and grab that left foot. Again, feel free to use the strap if you need it here. As you're squeezing through the heel, stretch should feel into this left quad. Focus on a tight core, and you want to try and maintain the left side of the body facing forward. So sometimes the shoulder might drop back. Totally fine if it's just a little bit. Have that intention of really trying to square off the rib cage. Squeeze heel to bum. Think about growing tall. If there's any more, maybe add a little dip. Maybe you start to reach the right hand forwards, whatever is available. Stay here, just one more breath. And let it go. Good work. Taking your time, fold forwards, pick up the back knee, step the right foot back to the high plank, right foot to the back of the mat. Bending through the elbows, flow through vinyasa. And let's meet in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And exhale. When you're ready, sweep the right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Step the right foot forwards to the top of the mat. Send the arms overhead. We lift up to high lunge. And from here, we're going to turn this now into standing bow. So take a press forwards and come to balance on your right foot. Curl the left heel to your bum and immediately reach the left hand back. If you have the space, feel free to go for big toe edge. Otherwise, let's just stick with holding onto the top of the foot around the outside, the little toe side. Squeeze your knees together and you want to feel like you're nice and straight from hips through to right fingers reaching up to the sky. Start to kick the left foot into your hand to create a little bit of space between heel and bum. And then we begin to tilt. Little micro bend in the standing knee. Start to tilt the head down. Gaze towards the floor. The right fingers start to reach forwards. Try and keep both shoulders on the same line. Keep tension by kicking foot into hand. Zip up the front of the ribs and the belly button. Gaze towards the floor and you want this long line from left knee to right fingers. Well done, guys. Hold it here. One more breath. And then let go of that left foot. Step it back into your lunge and lift the head. Well done. Take an inhale here, folding forwards, hands to the ground. Step back to high plank, option for a vinyasa. Either arriving back into down dog or feel free to head to child's pose. Whilst you take a couple of breaths, the key point in our bow pose is to keep nice and flat through the body. This is a different pose to dancer's pose, if you're familiar with that one, where we want to introduce a back bend by keeping the chin and the chest lifted. Bow pose, think more warrior 3, gazing towards the ground, nice and flat through the back. You've got it. Let's head for the second side. Here we go. Downward facing dog when you're ready. And just keep it smooth, keep it easy. Left leg goes to the sky. Inhale. Step the left foot forwards to the top of the mat. High lunge, just rising up, feeling that stretch through the legs, through the shoulders. And again, we're going to come to stand on the left foot. Lean forwards, catch your balance, right heel to bum. Right hand reaches back and just take a hold of the top of the foot. And really focus on keeping this left bicep alongside the ear. Start to kick the foot into the hand and try and send that right foot straight behind you. Tilt the pelvis, gaze starts to look down and the chest follows. So as you get a little closer to the floor with the chest, this left shoulder is going to have to switch on a little bit of power. Kicking right foot into hand, find that kind of parallel to floor with the chest and the right thigh. Hold it strong, guys. Let's stay here. 3. Make it as big as you can. Stretch through the left fingers. 2. Yes, yes, yes. And 1. Step back to lunge. Let go. Good work. Fold it down. And add a vinyasa. Inhale to high plank. Just an option. Let's return to down dog, or feel free to once again go down to child's pose. Taking one more breath in here. Downward facing dog. Send the hips up if you're not already there. So we move from our standing bow through to our bow on the floor. So just drift through to high plank. Bend through the elbows, lower your chest to the ground. Untuck through the tops of the feet. A little bit of strength work to begin with. Grounding the tops of the feet to the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale and lift the chest and shoulders, baby cobra. Keep the lower rib cage on the floor. See if you can float your hands underneath the shoulders. And start to squeeze the back of the body, the elbows, the shoulder blades, the glutes and the legs. Inhale. And exhale, lower head and chest back to the floor. Place a cheek to the mat. Relax through the lower body. Have a little wiggle. Reaching the hands now back behind you. Either just leaving the hands on the floor either side of the body or interlace the fingers at your back. Baby cobra, squeeze through the legs, lift the chest. If you have an interlace of the hands, can you lift them a little away from the body? All 4 limbs now fly off the ground. Lift the legs, lift the arms as well. Inhale to Shalabhasana Locust. Keep lifting, guys. Squeeze everything in the back body. Inhale. And exhale, release. Relax the hands, relax the legs, shake it out. We've made it through. Prepare for your bow pose. If bow is a little bit tight, you can always use a strap if you need it, guys. From here, both heels to bum. We're going to reach back and just take the outside grip, hands on the tops of the feet. Be careful that you kind of haven't double rotated your hands. Make sure that the hands just come straight around the outside. Squeeze the big toes towards each other. You kick back your feet into the hands, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. If available, start to float the thighs, keeping the hip bones and the pubic bone on the floor. Keep kicking the feet into the hand to lift the chest, gaze forwards, squeezing the bum and the legs, hug through the inner thighs. Send it up to the sky, guys. Make it big. Inhale. Nice and strong, and then let go. Yes, release. Slowly come back to the ground and just gently give your body a shake side to side. Deep back bend, guys. Well done. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders in your own time. Sit the hips back to the heels and perhaps leave the knees a little closer together so you create a nice little shelf for your tummy. Drop the head. Move the hands alongside the feet. Get that nice dropping through the outer shoulders. When you're ready, hands move under the shoulders to lift the head, press the ground away. Just slide off to one side, sweep the legs around in front, scooch forwards to the top of your mat. Both legs out ahead of you, take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, just reach forwards and lay one hand either side of the legs. Relax through the head, soften the knees, and just kind of hang over your legs. Take a breath in here for 3. And just let the spine round. No push, no pull. We inhale for 2. Last one. Slowly start to lift on up. Just drag your hands along the floor. Let's come all the way to lie down. Finish how we started. Take a nice big stretch. Reach the arms up and overhead. Pulling both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe a gentle rock side to side. From here, lift your forehead up towards your knees. Give yourself a good hug round through the spine. One more inhale. As you exhale, release out to Shavasana. Open the arms, open the legs, make yourself comfortable. Just relax down to the floor. And we'll just give ourselves a few moments here at the end. Rest and recover in Shavasana. Soften the breath, close the eyes, and just melt into the ground. Take a nice big deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. Start to wiggle fingers and wiggle toes until you're ready to take a nice big stretch, reaching the arms overhead. Hug the knees into your chest one last time. And from there, just gently roll over to one side. Taking your time, press the ground away, come up to a comfy seated position. Maybe leave the eyes closed. This final moment, thank yourself for the time and the energy you've given to your practice. And we'll close with palms together at the heart. Namaste. Thanks so much for tuning into the video, guys. That is bow pose. Do let me know how you get on. Drop a comment or tag me if you're doing the flow. I would love to hear how you get on. Thank you for being here on my channel, guys. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel and you haven't yet. Any questions, do let me know. Until the next video, I'll see you soon.